That's great work.
He was like, just take it out.
All right, battlers, welcome back to a brand new Go Stadium video. My name is Speediest Chief2.
No!
And we have here with me
Speedy, no!
JayDevin and I are going to talk to you about Ultra League and Master League today. But first, I have to mention the Orlando Mega Cup. It is coming up in less than 2 weeks, trainers. You need to be there. If you haven't followed Victory Road PvP on Twitter, do that right now. It's going to be a huge event. King IV, J Farmakis, Matty F Baby, the list goes on. It's going to be insane, and you need to be there.
So, we do indeed have the one, the only. I just like to call you Speedy, dude. Is that fine? Or do you prefer Speedo? Speediest?
Yes, Speedo.
Speed Chief?
No, Speed is great.
The Chief of Speed has the need for speed.
Chief feels too official. All my friends just call me Speedy.
Speedy works then, right? But anyways, we do have indeed Speedy here for this video today. So Speedy, I'm sure there's already a lot of people who are going to watch this video or who have watched your videos. They already know who you are, but there might be some who don't know who you are. Do you want to take a second to kind of introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Jay, first of all, thank you so much for having me. So excited to be on the channel today, speaking on the Go Stadium platform. So my in-game name is Speediest Chief2. I'll give you a really short story about that and how it came to be. So I went to college at the University of Mississippi. My favorite player was number 22. He went on to play for the Chiefs. And when I started a fantasy football team, the name generator spat out Speediest Chief2, and it just stuck. It was just perfect. So I just kind of carried that on. But I am a local to Tampa, Florida. I have been creating videos for a few months here on and off, but I got pretty serious a couple of months ago. And yeah, I mean, my goal is to grow the community, to get more battlers interested in it. I think as we create more content, more people can see it, they can get more interested in it. And I just think growing the community is a huge part and a role that we all have to carry.
And of course, the channel for Speedy here, Speediest Chief2, Speed2 Chief Speedo, Speedmaster, the Chief himself. Link for the channel is going to be in the description. I'll put the link for social media as well. Be sure to follow and subscribe to help out a fellow battler. You did just reach actually a huge milestone on YouTube, but considering the PvP audience, I think you hit a really huge milestone as a content creator in PvP. So you did just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, actually, super recently, but you hit that milestone, dude. How does that feel?
I'll tell you what, man, it's been incredible. I think something that I've been very blessed with is my local community. I think not a lot of people mention that enough. So when my video started to come out, all the people I battled against in Tampa, they would go and watch it. They would go and share. They would comment down below. And that kind of groundswell of community support really helped to push me off the ground. And then once the YouTube algorithm took over and my videos started to actually be recommended to more trainers, it just kind of blew up from there. I know a lot of people don't have that kind of support in their community, so I'm extremely thankful. And I just think it all goes back to that. No matter if you're a national brand or if you're famous on YouTube, I think it's important to remember that your local community can help get you there, and that the friends you've made are the ones that you're going to keep.
That's super inspiring, right? Build the community and the community builds you. That is such a cool origin story. I don't know which is cooler though, the origin story for your YouTube channel or for your YouTube channel name.
Bruh.
A random name generator. We believe it's good to build the community for PvP, to grow and to enlarge the PvP community by highlighting content creators, whether that is going to be on Reddit, whether it's going to be on Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. You know, there's so many content creators everywhere, and Speedy has done a lot of hard work. What we wanted to cover with Speedy, I'm sure there are a lot of people who are very antsy, right? A lot of people who are nervous or who have anxiety, or who might even, you know, be ready to just throw the game away. I think there's a lot of anticipation for Go Battle League. There's a lot of different mixed emotions. We don't have all the exact details on how it's going to work. However, Niantic did mention on their Pokemon Go Live.com blog post that the Great Ultra and Master League are all going to be included. People who have started PvP and who have done a lot of investment into the Great League, because currently that's all Silph is holding, you know, tournaments for the most part, the themed tournaments, right? Fusion Cup, Boulder Cup, wherever you started, it doesn't matter, but you've invested a lot into those leagues. I don't know about anyone else who's watching or even you, but I mean, myself included, I used to have millions upon millions of Stardust, and you know, just a year into it, I'm constantly broke. I'm constantly struggling to stay above 100,000. So I guess, that's part of a struggle too. Go Battle League, it's going to be separate from Silph, right? There's going to be the Silph Arena tournaments. Then there's going to be Go Battle League. There are some people who have absolutely nothing prepared for Ultra League and Master League aside from what, you evolved on Community Day or something and it just happens to be at 2500 or it just happened to be a high level Tyranitar that you evolved. What do you recommend for people who might even just be starting?
So when I first started with PvP, I actually had a local friend I would play against once or twice a day, and essentially we would play one match in Great League, one match in Ultra League, and one match in Master League. And essentially that's how we got our rewards for PvP, and we tried the different leagues and kind of delved into each one just ever so slightly. But I think that's probably the way that a lot of other trainers have kind of barely touched the surface of Ultra and Master, and I think it can be really intimidating at first. But I think we also need to look at the idea that with Go Battle League, you're going to have certain situations where if a meta develops, I think definitely Niantic has been watching Silph, and I think that we might have a similar meta structure compared to what we have with Silph Arena. But I also think Niantic is very in tune with the players. They listened to us when the switch mechanic was busted. We pleaded with them to reverse it because we made the case that it was a more successful, a better system the way it was before. And I think that the Stardust concerns are real. I think a lot of people have mentioned that. I think Niantic is going to do something about it. In my personal opinion, is I think they're going to do Stardust rewards for PvP. In Go Battle League, I think you're going to win a large amount of Stardust. I think the Hatchathon is a great step towards that as well. But don't get me wrong, PvP is for a very dedicated player base. We do everything. We raid, we catch shinies, we grind dust, we go to Community Day, we do all the things. And we even hunt for PvP IVs, not just perfect IVs. A lot of players get. We do a lot of work. Yeah, we do a lot of work and we do it all. And I think Niantic is listening to us as the hardcore players. I think they're going to make it more accessible to us than we realize right now. So if you're ready to throw away your phone, if you think Ultra and Master is just going to be too much to handle, hold on. I think Niantic moves slow, but eventually they get it right. And Ultra and Master could be a lot of fun.
Now, as far as some picks. So before I actually start getting into Ultra League and looking at picks, meta relevant, spicy picks, looking into cheese picks, I think it's really important that we give Speedy a second here to mention anything that he wants to mention. So,
Battlers and Girls at PvP on January 18th. The Orlando Mega Cup is going down. If you want to get hyped, just look at that RSVP list. We have content creators, elite battlers from every corner of the country. We're going to be shoutcasted by J Farm and Squawk from the Go Stadium team. And I would be remiss to say that this whole thing would not be possible without the support of Go Stadium. Go Stadium is an official sponsor that's going to be at the Cup. There's some incredible prizes that you don't want to miss out on. And they're going to be helping us with the stream and everything. Huge shout out to Go Stadium for helping so much. I also want to mention Victory Road PvP. That is a group of Florida battlers that have come together to bring this tournament into existence. People like Lyndon Ryu, Kachina Mum, Jingles in Orlando, and Matt Swar in Miami, and myself are all part of this group. And this is a statewide effort. This is a Florida Mega Cup, and these are the best battlers from the Southeast, and you need to be there.
Okay, hold up for a second.
Okay, go.
Cochino Mum's going to be there?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
She can get beamed.
Bruh. Dude, you're
Speedy,
telling me.
Speedy, will you please
beam her for me?
Orlando. I think at the end of the day, aside from the content creators that are going to visit, aside from Go Stadium being there, really what it comes down to is the local community, Victory Road, people like yourself, Cochino Mom, etc. Is it Matt Suar? I always want to say Matt Sauer. Matt Suar being there to make this really possible. I mean, a lot of people could drive there and show up, but not really much is going to happen unless the community is active and engaged in making things happen. So just like, California and pretty much all the mega tournaments and the bigger tournaments we've seen so far, the credit and the shout out really goes to you guys out there in Florida. So just looking into Ultra League, there's already been some videos that have talked about meta relevant picks, what's going to save you some Stardust to invest into, etc. So we're not gonna beat a dead horse. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about some spicy picks for for the Ultra League, and then we'll do some spicy picks as well for the Master League. Okay, I am in Ultra League for all Pokemon. I'm going to start from the top down. So Giratina, Altered, Origin, Registeel, Cresselia, Regirock. You're going to see a lot of Regis. I think Regis will be super common. Mew, Swampert, Mewtwo, Alolan Muck, surprisingly enough. There's some hype around Alolan Muck. I'm not sold on it, but I think it can perform right, especially with the Snarl buff. But as we look down the line, I think, number 20 and below, at least in my opinion, is where it really starts to get spicy. Once you get to 50 and below, that gets into territory that I like to call cheese. 50 and below is going to be cheese picks. So what we've done is we have prepared for Ultra League and for Master League one spicy pick that is not legendary in each league.
I will say my spice pick is a little bit lower than your cheese picks. I don't know if you're going to like it or not.
What?
What? Nani?
No, seriously. Nani sound effect.
Nani?
So you have your spice pick. Hold on. Your spice pick for Ultra League is below rank 50 in overall Ultra League for PvPoke rankings.
Yes.
Okay, I think you realize that means you're going first, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I drew the shortest straw.
Oh, geez. Okay. I guess you kick it off then. What is your...
My spice pick beats Giratina Origin. It beats Giratina Altered. It defeats Mew, Armored Mewtwo, and Drifblim. So my Ultra League non-legendary spice pick is Stoutland.
What?
Here.
Dude, Stout? No, bro. No,
So
Stoutland? Wait, so are you going Lick or Ice Fang? Because it just recently got Ice Fang, right?
Yeah, it did. We are 100% licking these Giratinas to death.
I mean, it's
like to
true.
think of-
Look at it. Giratina Origin, Altered Mew, Armored. It beats Armored Mewtwo and Drifblim. Ooh. I think some people are going to think they're being, spicy or cheesy by coming in with a Drifblim. They're like,
Oh, it gets icy wind.
but you're going to be like, nah, bruh.
Nah, bro, Wild Charge.
Lick Wild Charge, Stoutland.
I'm telling you, man. The thing about Stoutland is the normal typing makes it resist all of the ghost type attacks. You're going to be resisting everything the Giratina Origin form can throw at you. Mew as well with his Shadow Claw is not going to be doing any damage at all. And then the electric type coverage with Wild Charge is going to zap those flying types right out of the sky, and it offers you some good coverage against water types as well. There's the caveat that it's not stab. So I like to think of Stoutland in the same way I think of Linoon in Great League. It's a great normal type Pokemon that offers a ton of coverage across the board. It probably makes for a great safe swap as well, as long as your opponent doesn't have a counter user.
That's truly a spicy pick.
Cheese or spice? If you want to throw up like cheese or spice and have a debate in the comments.
No, I think it's truly spice because it categorically beats those top picks. Like that's straight up spice. Honestly, I think mine is.
Unreal.
I guess mine is spicy, but mine feels a little more cheese than spice for. But I think by default you have me beat on the non-legendary spice for Ultra League anyway, because yours was what was Stoutland ranked? With number 121.
128, yeah.
128. Mine is mine's so much more meta than that. I guess mine's still kind of spicy. So mine is ranked number 81 overall in Ultra League for a non-legendary spice pick. Mine is Magneton. Unfortunately, I guess for my spice pick, it's exclusive spice because you do have to have Thunder Shock. I've tried Sims and stuff with Spark and it just doesn't work the same. But you need a Thunder Shock Magneton. It does need to be maxed out. So, preferably if you can get a lucky legacy with Thunder Shock, then you're good to go. But Thunder Shock's the only legacy you need. You actually want Magnet Bomb and then Zap Cannon for the charge move. So, it's performed amazingly well for me. Going up against Matty F Baby, I actually almost completely wrecked his Steelix with my Magneton, which that makes absolutely no sense when you think about it, but I promise you it happened. That was the thing. It performed well. I beat King in Ultra League with it as well. So Magneton's pretty good overall. The notable wins obviously are Cresselia. I don't know that Cresselia is going to be that common in Ultra League, but it does beat it. Togekiss might be very common. Articuno, Lugia might be very common, and then Drifblim as well. I don't think you'll see so much Drifblim, but overall, that's my non-legendary spice pick, which feels so much less spicy than Stoutland.
No, I love it because a lot of people just think of Magneton in Great League, but if you have a Thundershock Magneton that's 1800 CP, Merry Christmas, you now get to use it in Ultra.
I guess so. You know, if you're going for a Great League Legacy and it's like, oh crap, I went lucky and you're over 15,
Exactly.
that could still be really good use for it. Last note, I guess, on that spice pick for me is specifically the reason I like and I use Magneton is to be an anti-charmer. I think Clefable might end up being very common as well because people are a huge fan of its pure fairy typing and the fact that it has, charm and then Meteor Mash. It is the only, correct me if I'm wrong, it is the only other pick besides the Community Day Metagross that can currently learn Meteor Mash in the entire game. But I like that, number one, because I'm going to double resist Meteor Mash, and it's kind of counterintuitive because Magneton can, you think is going to be so squishy, but it can comfortably tank a Meteor Mash from a Clefable. So that's what I like about it. Aside from that, I think hands down, you got me beat. W's to you for the Ultra League Spice pick. So what is your, Speedy, back over to you, dude.
My Master League Spice pick is going to be a Pokemon with a max CP of 2,692. So that's not a huge CP number, but it really makes up for that in terms of its moveset and coverage. It is running Fury Cutter, Earthquake, and Sand Tomb, and it goes 10 and 14 against the top meta of the Master League. That Pokemon is Gliscor.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay, wait. So hold up. Fury Cutter, Earthquake, and Sand Tomb, huh?
Sand Tomb, yeah. So the only caveat is that it can be bait dependent with the Sand Tomb. You want to land that Earthquake.
So I thought a lot actually about using Gliscor, but in the Ultra League. On the Master League, I mean, I think I can see where you're coming from, especially since I think it's safe to say people can anticipate seeing Dialga left and right. That's pretty spicy. That's some speedy spice right there.
Yeah, it also has access to Night Slash, which Night Slash just got buffed.
Oh, geez.
As well.
Gliscor is ranked number 110. Yeah, Fury Cutter, Earthquake, Sand Tomb. Huh? Yeah, great battle rating against Dialga. So 633 there. That's a win. Actually, apparently wins against Darkrai too. That's pretty fascinating. Wins against Melmetal, Given, as well as Metagross, and then Tyranitar. I think those are some top picks that it can counter. Main thing I think they have to worry about is Ice, which you might see some Mamoswine, but I think it's easy to comp for that. So my spicy pick for the Master League. Oh wait, I forgot where yours was ranked. Where was yours ranked?
110.
110. Am I lower than you this time?
Ooh.
No, you're still lower than me. I'm 107.
No,
I'm 107. So my pick is Go Lurk.
Oh, Go Lurk. I haven't even thought about Go Lurk. I'm excited to hear this. Actually.
So that's my Go Lurk is going to be my non-legendary spice pick for the Master League. This is another pick where it's borderline cheese, and the reason I say that is he's really held back by his fast moves. To quote Valorash, this is one of those picks where you're either going to live by the fast move damage or you're going to die by the fast move damage. You're going to want to run Mud Slap, Shadow Punch, and then Dynamic Punch. Mud Slap, obviously, it's going to do a lot of work against the same picks that... is it Gliscor or Gliscor? Bat Boy, it's going to have coverage against the same picks that Bat Boy would have with Melmetal, Metagross, Tyranitar. Golurk hands down wins against Regirock. And then the thing I like specifically about Golurk is with its part Ghost typing. It can actually as well beat Machamp, which since Machamp recently got access to Cross Chop, he's going to resist that. So he could be good support potentially for your own Melmetal. He can also do a little bit of work subjectively against picks like the Giratinas and Ghosts and Psychics. Obviously, he's not going to fare as well against them because in his nature as a stat spread as a Pokemon, he's going to be pretty classy. But with the right matchup, he's going to do a lot of work, and he can cover multiple matchups too, not just against the Steel and the Ground. He can potentially win against Machamp, which I think is super important. And potentially he could cover a Lucario if they bring one, right? So that's my spicy pick for Master League. So at this point, we've given our spicy picks for the Ultra League and the Master League, something that's a little more fun to use, not necessarily top of the line meta, but can still potentially perform. What are going to be your spicy picks for the Ultra League and the Master League? Legendary and non-legendary for each. If you have some spice, if you got some sauce, if you think you can outspice Speedy and you think you can outcheese me, throw it down in the comments below and let's see what you got. But Speedy, so in closing, you have this insanely hyped Orlando mega tournament coming up, but you heard it here first. He has leaked his next video the next video you can expect on Speediest Chief 2.
Yes, perfect. And it's going to be how to beat Whiscash. It's a tough world out there in Fusion Cup for Razor Leafers, so we got to figure out different ways to beat Whiscash.
How to beat Whiscash. Daddy Cash feels unstoppable, man. Jeez. Speedy, I do want to thank you very, very much for your time. Again, I'm really salty. I can't go to Orlando. I really wish I could, but it's very hype. I wish you the best of luck. I wish everybody who's going the best of luck. Squawk, Jay Farmakis, Shagnus is going now. Cochino Mall member ones who is already there. I'm very much looking forward to watching the streams, watching the videos made about it. I'm going to keep an eye on Twitter 24/7. Speedy, I hope you win, dude. I hope you I hope you go. How many rounds is this at so far for this tournament? Is it an eight rounder?
We are 8 right now.
Yes.
We need, I think, 10 more RSVPs to get to 9. And then, of course, everybody needs to come. So if you're on the fence about going, sign up and come out and see us. One of the things I love the most about our community, even if it's your first tournament, it can be really intimidating to go to a big cup like this, even if it's your first. But look, the Pokemon Go community was built around friendships. You had to raid together, you had to catch together, you were out there with your friends doing things together. It's one of the most unique competitive environments I've ever seen, and I really think you should be a part of it.
Very nicely said. Go out there, even if you don't want to be super competitive, just go out there, have some fun, man. Have a good time. My guy, Speedy. Hype for the Orlando Mega Tournament. A hype for Speedy as well. Again, my guy, I wish you the best of luck. I'm very much looking forward to your content coming up soon about how to beat Whiscash. But again, for those of you who do not know or follow Speediest Chief 2 here, I'm going to put his link to the channel in the description below and his link to his Twitter in the description below. So give him a subscribe, give him a follow, and give his Whiscash video coming up soon a like.
All right, battlers, thank you so much for joining us today. JayDevin, thank you so much for having me on the channel. I respect everything you do. You're an awesome guy, and Go Stadium is an awesome platform. Thank you for bringing everybody together and continuing to do that. 2020 is the year of PvP. Mark my words, it's going down. It's going to be awesome, and we are starting it off in Orlando, and I can't wait to see where we go from there.
The future of PvP looks bright.